Welcome back to Booze and Rocks. My name is David Edwards. Today we're going to talk about these bottles of wine. Actually, not really. We're going to use what was in these to make sangria. Let's get into it. It's great to have every single one of you back here today. We are making a pair of sangrias. One white, one red. Yes, we are going to compare them a little bit, but you know what else? These simple recipes are perfect for any type of family gathering of friends, or just if you want something nice to drink while sitting on the backyard in the deck. And you can sit in the backyard, whether it's snowing or whether it's sunny. And that's your choice because we can do that. So the first things we need are a pair of pitchers. Get whatever type of pitchers you need. They don't have to be see-through, they don't have to be big or small. Hell, you could even use a big stainless steel bowl. And that's entirely up to you because this is your drink. The next thing you need is a knife. Whatever size knife you want. I prefer a bigger knife because it's just so much easier to chop my fruits, if you know what I mean. So, first things first, we need a pair of apples. All right, the next thing we need is a lemon, as both of these sangrias require some lemon. So what we'll do is we'll cut that up nice and fine as well. You can cut it in rounds, you can cut it into quarters, and that is totally up to you. Each of these will require half a lemon. Next, we need some lime. Each of these recipes require one lime cut up however you want to do that. So what we'll do is we will cut this into nice, thin little rounds that we can use. Again, you can cut these into quarters if you want, but that's up to you. The next thing for your red sangria you will need is an orange. And again, we will cut this up the same way. Nice, thin, neat and tidy, and this will blend our citrus notes in with the red wine. So next we need some peaches. And peaches are an awesome stone fruit and they will change the flavor of the wine. Well, everything we add in here is changing and enhancing the flavor of the wine. So you can choose to have peach or not, that is your choice. But let's cut this up. Now this is a stone fruit, so you need to actually take your knife and rotate it around. Then you want to give your peach a twist and it pops the stone fruit out. What we will then do is we will then cut it into nice little slivers. The next thing we need are 4 to 6 good-sized ripe strawberries. And we're gonna cut them up like so. And you wanna cut this up thinly in the way that you want, but you just wanna make sure that you don't get the green tops. The last thing we need for our white sangria is some mint leaves. And you want 5 or 6 good-sized mint leaves, but if your mint leaves are smaller, go with 8 to 10 just to give you that level of flavor that you want. We'll give it a bit of a smack like so, and then we're gonna put them in just like so. All right, now we start getting into the fun stuff. This next part, both sangrias need. So what we need is a little bit of simple syrup. This is a 1-to-1 simple syrup, 1 part water, 1 part sugar. And we need 2 ounces or 60 mils of each. All right, the next thing we need is our trusty measuring cup. And you're gonna ask me, why do I need a trusty measuring cup? Okay, now that you've done asking me that, each of these sangrias have 2 other alcohols in them. The first, for the white sangria, is an apple brandy, and I'm using a Gagetown Distillers brandy, which is a Canadian brandy, which I really, really like, and it was given to me by one of our subscribers. His name is Dan. Thank you, Dan. The next is a St. Remy brandy. Now you can use your brandy of choice, and this goes into our red sangria. Now, the last alcoholic ingredient that we need for both of these sangrias is wine. For the red sangria, we're going to use a Bodacious Smooth Red. And for the white sangria, we're going to use a a bodacious smooth white. Now both of these came from the grocery store, and we even asked what would go well with sangria, and they suggest using a little bit of a drier set of wines because of the natural fruit sugars that you're going to get into and the little bit of added sugar that we have in there. So let's get into this. All right, now you want to grab your spoon, give this a bit of a stir, and all you're doing is you're just moving everything around and making sure that that sugar gets mixed, all right, and your brandy, and there's enough fluids in there, and this will help. Now, ideally, what you want to do is you want to leave these overnight in the fridge. However, if you're in a rush, you can drink them. The longer you leave these, the more the fruit flavors are going to come out into the wine and change that body slightly. And it'll change those notes that you really enjoy and accent and highlight them. So what we need to do is grab our glasses of choice. In this case, I'm using some stemless wine glasses, and I'm going to put some ice in here. So we have two gorgeous looking sangria glasses. Take your tongs and grab some fruit and just sort of throw it in there and garnish it up slightly. And that'll give you some more of those really nice citrus notes, right? Of course, if you use a smaller piece of apple, it'll work better. Grab a couple of these, a piece of orange. These will give you your nice color. And of course, a nice piece of apple. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous, easy to make, and easy to enjoy. Let's try them out. So it smells good. I can smell a little bit of the white wine. And I get slight hints of the apple brandy as well. And I can smell the strawberries a little bit in the apple and the citrus to this. That is good. Oh yeah. Easy, refreshing, just a little bit tart. And if you want to remove some of this tartness, you can add a little bit more simple sugar or syrup or whatever sweetening agent you want, because you might be a stevia person or not or something like that. And you can make those adjustments to suit your needs and those of your guests. Let's try the red. Oh yeah. You can definitely tell the differences in the wines. This is a little bit more tart. You don't get the same apple amounts of flavors that you would get from the white, because the white has the apple brandy, whereas this has the St. Remy's Vsop brandy. Oh yeah. You know what? Oh, the back deck, at home with some friends around the fire, or maybe, you know, sitting down to a good meal, New Year's, toasting in the New Year's, whatever. If you wanted to make these sparkling, you could add some Prosecco, or even, no, don't add the Prosecco because that will change the flavors. What you could use is a little bit of soda water, and that will give you the bubbly effervescence that you want without changing the flavors at all. What I'll do is I will put the ingredients and the method of how to make these down in the description down below. If you think I should use a different wine or different types of brandies, please leave a comment down below. And if this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way, every time we put up a new video, you will be notified. And if you're interested in helping support the channel, please check us out at patreon.com/boozeontherocks to help us well, keep bringing out this good content to you. And if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. You have a great day. Is David Edwards, and today we're going to talk about what was in these wine bottles. Each receive a different alcohol. The White Sangria will use an Apple Brandy, which is another local distilling product to me. For the Red Brandy,